Hey guys, I'm a little off schedule, but happy Saturday to you. I can't help but get online today. It's I'm driven to share something that is going on. Um, Maybe you just need some background. I'll do it quickly, right? So I got this contract. I'm going to be working with BRP. A lot of the dealers that I'm going to visit are down in Oklahoma and Texas. I live in Southern California. I have no interest whatsoever in swabbing my brain and seeing if I'm COVID negative every time I want to get on an airplane or get thrown off of an airplane every time someone wants to sing the national anthem. I mean, let's just face facts, folks. It's crazy out there. And to me, I want to relax, man. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. And so my goal is to get a Sprinter van, convert part of that into, kind of like a camper van, pack up the mountain bike and go, right? So I'll drive down there. It's a 20-hour drive. People think I'm crazy, but by the time I do a 2.5 hour drive to LAX, another 2.5 hour drive back from LAX, $120 in Uber fees each way, then dealing with rental cars and security and airports and delays, and dealing with hotels. I would much rather have a camper van and take all my junk with me, have my mountain bike, my road bike, change of clothes, just have everything with me, right? And so that's where my mind is at. So I say to myself, okay, I've got this beautiful Dodge truck. I'm not trying to trade it in or anything crazy like that, but I got this Dodge truck and I could take the Dodge truck, but I would rather take a Sprinter van and start to convert that and make it like a livable kind of thing to be able to travel and do these dealers with. And I've got other motivations for this. Like I've always wanted one. So ding, ding, right? We can finally make something happen. Um, People ask me, they say, Kurt, why do you have to train dealers? How hard could it be to train dealers? Is it insulting when you go in and you think that you're going to tell dealers how to do business or how to get ahead or and I'm folks, I say this all the time. People, especially management at these facilities, make an assumption that they are operating at this level of performance or this level of efficiency or customer service. When in reality, we all know they're down here, right? Go to Home Depot and try to get some help from somebody. There might be a few great people in there that love to help customers, but let's face facts. Realistically, you're going to walk around and look for someone in an orange apron for a long time. And to find someone that can actually help you is going to take more effort. You know this, right? What makes you think it's going to be any different when you go car shopping? In the power sports industry, it's common what people will say. They'll say, well, the automotive industry is, 5, 10 years ahead of the power sports industry. And, I'm a student of both, right? I participate in the fixed operations roundtable, the Dave Foy and the guys, and I love what they do in automotive, but I try to incorporate some of those thoughts into power sports as I consider myself the power sports roundtable guy. And so I'm doing this and I'm super stoked and I want to go get a Sprinter starting 3 days ago. I've been looking at them for weeks online, going through Facebook Marketplace and looking at used RV sites and gosh, man, Brian Croft is going to kill me. What is it? Auto Trader, RV Trader, stuff like that, because he works with Cycle Trader, so I had to throw that in there. Plug, and so um, did the research, right? So I know what I want. I want 170-inch wheelbase. I'm hoping for the extended body. So when I do the conversion, I got more space. The family's going to go with me on some trips. So I want to make sure that I keep the seating for at least 4, probably seating for 5, so we can spread the kids out so they don't kill each other. And amenities, right? Like I want to have a toilet in this thing eventually. So I know the type of van I want. I want a 170 extended. I decided I wanted one that comes as a passenger van and not a cargo van, because the pricing's almost the same in the used market. So why not pay for one that's got an interior, right? And I can sell the seats. Turns out these seats sell for like 12 or $1,500. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I call a dealer that has 2 of them listed for sale. I say, hey, I'm on my way to come see these 2 vans. He says, great, we'll be here, man. I get there, they got 1 van. The other van's going out for repair. It's going out for repair. Well, so where is it? Can I see it? Is it? No, it's going to go out for repair. Okay, dude, do you want to drive the newer one, the more expensive one? No. I was really interested in the cheaper one that I'm going to convert anyway. So since you brought me out here for to see something that doesn't exist, we're going to go look at some other options. And so, boom, off we go. We drive across town. We go to a really, really big place in Fontana that advertises having a ton of these vans. We follow the directions that Facebook Marketplace gives us, and we pull in, and it is a madhouse. There's got to be 300 cars in the slot, maybe more. There's tons of cars, and I see like 4, 5, maybe 6 Sprinter vans there. So, in fact, one is like on the steps of the place, like a premier vehicle, right? Um, I get out of my Volkswagen. My wife is with me. Salesman comes out and he says, "Hey, how can I help you guys?" I said, "Man, fantastic. We came here looking for Sprinter vans." And he goes, "Oh, man, you're at the wrong location." Excuse me? You got, I'm looking at vans. You got Sprinter vans. No, no, man. Wrong location. We got a ton of them at the other location. It's 3 lights down the road. You want to go down there? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, he pre qualified you, man. He knew that you were a loser, so he didn't want to waste his time. I drove up in a 2015 paid for Volkswagen GTI, and I was wearing a Ducati shirt that day too, right? So if I pull up in a Volkswagen GTI wearing a Ducati shirt talking about buying a Sprinter van, you would, if you were really pre-qualifying me, you would go, this guy's going to buy a Sprinter van, right? So this kid sends us down the road. So I'm in shock. I'm like, okay, twice in one day, this is crazy. So we get in the van, we drive 3 lights down. We get there, and it's a lot full of cargo vans. And I say, hey, I wanted to get a passenger van. Now, the ones we saw at the other place were mainly passenger vans. And one was even like a converted van, like what I actually want to build for myself, right? He probably could have talked me into the dang thing, but he didn't. He sent me somewhere else. So I go down to the next place, and it's mostly cargo vans. And I go, well, I wanted a passenger van. And he goes, oh, we have those at our other lot. What? I said, how many lots do you have? He goes, well, we got one in between this one and the one you were just at. So let me drive you up there and we'll take a look. So he drives us up. Sure enough, they got like 40 Sprinter vans. We start looking around, and out of the 40 Sprinter vans, I'm going to say 10 or 12 are passenger vans. And then maybe 2 or 3 might be in my range financially that I'm willing to spend. And like 2 of them are the right size, right? Because I want the long one. And so I said, oh, I'd like to take this one for a drive. It's got 46,000 miles on it. And he goes, okay, great. You guys wait here. I'll go get the keys. The keys weren't even at that location. The keys were at the dealership that we drove from. He didn't bring the keys with him. Like he didn't say, hey, this guy wants a 170 passenger van, Mercedes Sprinter. Why don't I take all of the keys that fit the 170 passenger vans at that location? He didn't do that. So he leaves us there for like a half hour so he can go get keys and come back. He starts the van, he pulls it out for us, takes a screenshot of my driver's license, and he says, hey, this is the route. Don't get on the highway. We're not covered for insurance on the highway. And I'll see you back at the other dealership. I'm going to go down there and I'll meet you there. Okay. He leaves. We pull out. The van doesn't go over 40 miles an hour. It's in limp mode. It's broken. So I drive it down to the dealership, and we're like 3 minutes behind him, like we're right there. And he goes, hey, did you love it? And I said, no, it's broken. And so he says, well, hey, if we put it under contract, we'll have to fix it before you take delivery of it. Dude, did you just try to sell me a broken van? That was awesome. like that wasn't even real salesmanship. That was just a shot in the dark, man. That was just pulling back, pulling an arrow out of the quiver and just letting one fly and seeing where it got. It didn't get anywhere. And so he says, well, he'll get it fixed, then he'll call me back. I said, okay, great. The next day, we go to another location that's advertising a Sprinter van on Facebook. We get down there and we open up the door, and the air conditioning inside the back part of the van, they tried to stick it back to the ceiling with double-sided tape, and the whole air conditioning is falling out of the roof. So obviously we weren't going to take a look at that one. And the tires were mismatched on it, which tells me the way the thing was serviced or reconditioned wasn't the right way to do it, right? So I know that that's not the van that I want. Um, and and the kid that tried to show us that van, he basically walked out and went chirp chirp, and he goes, "There, it should be unlocked. Go ahead and take a look at it. Let me know if you like it." And so that was the extent of that shopping experience. Right across the street from that dealership was another one that listed some on eBay, not eBay, on Facebook Marketplace. And so they had a nice gray one, decent pictures, and we went over there, and that van did not match the pictures. But they did have a short Freightliner van there. It was white. I don't want a white one, but they had it, and I thought, okay, let's at least drive it. We haven't driven one of these things that really runs right anyway yet. So let's drive the short one. Maybe we can make do with the short one. Maybe we start with a short one to see if we really want to do this thing. And then if we really like it, then we can upgrade later and get a bigger one. And I'm working this out in my head, right? Because the shopping experience is not going well. And so we go in to ask if we could drive that. She says, sure, let me take a copy of your driver's license. Okay. Just wait here in the lounge and we'll pull it out for you. Okay. 45 minutes later, they bring the van up front and they say, hey, we're going to leave it running for you because the battery's low. And if you guys decide you want to buy it, we'll put a new battery in it. But don't turn it off. You're going to put me on the road in a broken van. And I'm supposed to be happy about it after waiting 45 minutes. Okay, whatever. We get in it and we drive it. We had to drive it a short distance because it was almost out of gas, out of fuel. It's a diesel. Van was a piece of junk. Had a monitor in it, like a TV thing that was like falling out of the ceiling. Had some weird camera up over the driver that to me wasn't hooked to anything. I don't know. The radio, of course, sounded like it was some kind of old battery-powered transistor radio, Velcroed to the dashboard. I mean, I'm sure it was a real radio, but it sounded like crap. Everything was like crap. And once they pulled it out, I looked at it and said, well, it's missing this panel, it's missing that panel, it's got a dent here, a dent there, the grill is falling off. I'm like, I'm not buying this van. There's no way I'm buying this van. So we go back to the original place that has the one that I didn't drive originally, and we drive it, and it's a beautiful van, and it drives well, and all the tires match, and it's got some extra accessories I didn't really want, which is why I didn't want to drive it in the first place. Like it's got an upgraded sound system, an upgraded interior. It's got, it's already got a built-in large screen TV. It's got some things that I wasn't really looking for in a van that I would buy. It had stuff that I might do later, right? But we drove it, we liked it. And then I came back with it and I was like, hey, I'm ready to buy this because I want to drive it to Texas on Sunday. I just need to know if you can get this rear view mirror to work because it has a power rear view mirror attached to a camera. I said, you have the rear view mirror in the glove box, and I would want to know if that can be mounted properly. And then I want to make sure that the TV actually works. I want to make sure the monitor will actually power on and connect to something, before I take it. Because this is going to sound crazy, but when you're building these Sprinter vans, when you look at like, hey, what does it cost for the speaker and TV thing that goes up in the bulkhead of the vehicle? That's like a $5,000 piece of accessory, right? So if this van's going to come with a $5,000 accessory in it, I want to make sure it works before I take delivery of it and take it home. Well, the salesman there didn't know how to turn it on, and I didn't know how to turn it on. I've never used one, and the remote didn't seem to work. Right? Could be a dead battery, could be old, could be, I don't know. Maybe the thing's unplugged. It's a used van. I don't know. But the thing is dealership has this equity, right? Has this asset parked on their lot, and the people selling it don't even know how it works. So how in the world are they supposed to sell it? So here it is Saturday. I'm supposed to leave for Texas tomorrow. Talked to the guy last night and said, hey, we drove it, we liked it, and if you can get the TV and the mirror to work, we'd like to move forward on this thing. Well, now it's after 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Nobody has called me, messaged me, followed up with me, answered my online requests, because all of these places I went to, I also did the Facebook Marketplace. Would you like to see this vehicle? Submit the form, blah, 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 right? No emails, no text messages, no requests for appointments. Now, I mean, If you've watched any of the Undercover Billionaire show on Discovery with, and it's got Grant Cardone in it this time, and then two other young ladies. But if you watch this and you see, you know, the lengths that Grant will do to get a customer, it becomes obvious as to how that succeeds. Here's my thing. If I'm working this hard as a customer to try and buy a used van, what, how? If you're a salesperson with energy that's willing to go out, meet people, add value to people, answer their needs, respond to the emails, respond to the Facebook notifications, respond to the text messages, you are going to make so much money. I'm telling you, I've never worked so hard to try and buy something before. And this is a state that we are in now. This whole last year, things have driven down customer service wise. When they started shutting things down at the stores here in Southern California, I told my wife, I said, companies actually kind of like this because now they're able to reduce their customer service. They're able to strip things down to the absolute bare minimums and know that they still have customers, right? But I'm here to tell you, that's not going to last, right? Either people are going to adjust and learn how to work and function within the pandemic, or this thing's going to, slowly fade away and life's going to start to return a little bit. Now, I don't think we're ever going to completely get over the pandemic because of the way society's bought into this thing so hard, but pardon me, but sooner or later, you're going to have to up your customer service game. And the sooner you do it, the more money you're going to make. There's so much opportunity out there. And when I watch people flailing in disaster, I'm beside myself. And so here I am. I offer motorcycle dealerships training on how to increase their service sales, how to increase their productivity and efficiency. And you know what one of the number one concerns is when I talk to a dealership about doing this? It's, hey man, look, I don't know that we can do this, 100%. I want to take it easy. I want to take it, I'm going to them and trying to help them improve. And they're freaking out thinking I'm going to put too many demands on them, right? That's not the case. Here's the deal. When you hire me, you only have to grow as much as you want to. How's that sound? But we got to take care of people. We got to treat people, the way they need to be treated. We got to get them the product they want to get, and we got to maximize our profit margins. I mean, let's face facts. By the time dude calls me today and asks me to go look at this van, I'm half-heartedly going to want to go look at it. And then after that, it's going to be like, dude, you know what? I don't even think I want to pay you the $30,000 you want for the thing. You have it listed for 31 grand, and I feel like I'm getting jerked around all week. Do you want to sell this thing or not? I'll give you 26, give you 25, whatever. See what we can do from there. And folks, it's just fun. I love that there's this channel where I can come out and chat and hopefully drive some inspiration. Now, I always try to end these things on a positive note. So this might have sounded like 15 minutes of griping. Remember, every obstacle has an opportunity, right? So here I am outlaying the obstacle. The obstacle is most people in sales positions right now don't know how to offer customer service. So that's just the fact of it. Okay. So how do we turn that obstacle into an opportunity? Well, in my case, I train people, right? I show people how to make a success out of the situation. But in your situation, maybe you've been sitting home unemployed for the last 9 months. I know what that feels like, right? As much as you don't want to do it, as much as you told yourself, oh, I could never be a salesperson, I bet you could. I bet you could do it, and I wouldn't be surprised if you made more money doing that than anything else you've ever done. When I was in high school, I did a report. Now, I was in high school in the 80s, right? So in the 80s, over 80% of the people that made more than $50,000 a year were in sales. And that was the report I did for English because They said, "What college are you going to go to?" And I said, "Well, I don't want to go to college. I'm already in sales. I'm already making over $35,000 a year, and I'm in high school. So why would I want to go to college, incur debt, and then come out and make less than what I'm making now? And I'm in high school." And that was my report. It didn't go over really well with the teacher, but that was the report that I had done. And I remember that statistic, it was 1983 or 84. I think it was 84. And it was, 80% of the people that made over $50,000 a year were in sales. Folks, there's opportunity out there like you wouldn't believe. And we've got to jump out there, grab the brass ring, and run with it. You know what I'm talking about? There is just crazy stuff going on. Look at all the essential businesses that are open, and then see where the needs are, and then plug yourself into those needs. You know, if you're looking for, an exact job of something that you left 9 months ago and they've downsized due to the pandemic, chances are that ain't coming back. So this is your opportunity. Jump out there, do something different, embrace it. I love you guys. Have a great day.